The reception will take place at her parents' home in the English countryside, where a giant glass enclosure has been constructed for the reception, where 300 guests have been invited. The guest list for the church ceremony is a little more restricted. Only 100 will attend.
For years, Pippa Middleton has remained one of the most fascinating figures connected to the royal world, close enough to witness its glamour, yet private enough to keep the details of her own life hidden from public view. Behind the headlines lies a stunning ranch house, a growing family, an impressive fortune, and a lifestyle that many can only imagine. But how does she really live in 2026? And what secrets exist behind the carefully guarded doors of her world? As we uncover her home, children, and net worth, tell us in the comments, would you choose royal fame or Pippa's quieter life? Share your thoughts in the comments below. To help us create more videos and uncover the latest royal drama, please subscribe. Before royal fame. Long before photographers followed her every move and newspapers rushed to print her name, Pippa Middleton was simply a young girl growing up in a close-knit family with big dreams and a fairly ordinary life. The world may have first noticed her during one of the most famous royal weddings in history, but the foundations of who she would become were built years before that unforgettable moment. Born on September 6, 1983 in Reading, England, Philippa Charlotte Middleton was the middle child of Michael and Carol Middleton. With an older sister, Catherine, who would later become the Princess of Wales, and a younger brother, James, Pippa grew up in a household filled with energy, ambition, and strong family values. Those closest to her often described her as cheerful, adventurous, and full of life. Her parents worked in aviation, with her father employed by British Airways and her mother working as a flight attendant. But everything changed when Carol decided to take a chance on a small business idea. What began as a modest party supplies company called Party Pieces slowly transformed into a remarkable success story. As the business flourished, it opened doors to opportunities the family had never imagined and allowed them to enjoy a more comfortable lifestyle. The Middleton children were encouraged to work hard and pursue their interests. Pippa attended several respected schools, where she quickly developed a reputation for being both academically capable and highly athletic. Whether it was tennis, hockey, or skiing, she embraced competition with enthusiasm. Her determination earned her recognition, and she carried that same drive into adulthood. Later, she studied English literature at the University of Edinburgh, where she formed friendships with people from a variety of backgrounds, including those from wealthy and influential families. Yet despite those connections, Pippa remained focused on creating a path of her own. Before royal attention entered her world, she built experience in event planning and public relations, enjoying the independence and freedom that came with living life on her own terms. At that stage, few could have predicted how dramatically her life was about to change. The woman who had once blended easily into everyday crowds would soon find herself under extraordinary public scrutiny. But while fame altered many aspects of her world, it could not shield her from the challenges that often unfold behind closed doors. And when it came to marriage, was Pippa's seemingly perfect love story really as effortless as it appeared? Or were there unexpected struggles waiting beneath the surface? Stay glued to your screen, because what we reveal next is a side of her life few people ever talk about. The day Pippa was noticed. There are moments in history that quietly change a person's life forever. And for Pippa Middleton, that moment arrived on April 29, 2011. The world had gathered to witness the wedding of Prince William and Kate Middleton, a royal event watched by millions across the globe. Every detail had been carefully planned, every camera focused on the future king and his bride. Yet, amid all the grandeur, another figure unexpectedly captured the public's imagination. Walking behind her sister while carrying the flowing train of Kate's wedding gown, Pippa appeared in a simple but elegant white Alexander McQueen dress. She wasn't giving a speech or standing in the spotlight, but somehow all eyes turned toward her. Within hours, newspapers, magazines, and television shows couldn't stop talking about the woman many people had never noticed before. Headlines praised her confidence and charm. social media exploded with comments about her grace and style. From Britain to America and as far as India, people wanted to know everything about Kate's younger sister. Overnight, Pippa transformed from a successful businesswoman working behind the scenes in her family's company into an international celebrity. But fame came with a price. Suddenly, photographers followed her every move. A simple trip to a cafe could become front-page news. Every outfit she wore was analyzed. Every smile sparked discussion. Even her friendships and relationships became subjects of public fascination. Years later, Pippa admitted that adjusting to such intense attention had been far from easy. Still, she refused to let one bridesmaid appearance define her entire identity. Rather than relying solely on her newfound fame, she continued contributing to party pieces, the family business she had helped support for years. Her passion for creativity led her into writing as well. In 2012, she released Celebrate, a guide filled with ideas for hosting memorable gatherings and family events. While critics occasionally made playful remarks about the royal bridesmaid teaching people to throw parties, the book found readers who appreciated her practical approach. She later expanded her interests by writing for respected publications and exploring subjects related to lifestyle and wellness. Through determination and consistency, Pippa gradually built a reputation that extended beyond royal connections. She wasn't simply Kate Middleton's sister anymore. She had created a path that belonged entirely to her. Yet behind the polished public image, another chapter of her story was unfolding. Her personal life often attracted as much attention as her professional achievements. Relationships were dissected by the media, breakups became headlines, and speculation never seemed to stop. Just when it appeared that public scrutiny would overshadow any chance at private happiness, someone from her past stepped back into her world. Could the man who had known Pippa long before global fame become the steady presence she had been searching for all along? What is the surprising truth about the man who changed everything? Keep watching to find out. Beyond wealth, James Matthews. Pippa Middleton may have married into enormous wealth, but the man standing beside her has a story that goes far beyond luxury and famous connections. James Matthews is often described as private, grounded, and devoted to family, yet his path to success has been anything but ordinary. Born in August 1975, James first chased adrenaline rather than financial rewards. Long before he became known as a respected businessman, he was speeding around racing tracks with dreams of becoming one of the sport's biggest stars. In the mid-1990s, he proved his talent by winning the British Formula Renault Championship. He also enjoyed success in the Euro Cup, showing that he had both the skill and determination needed to compete at a high level. But James eventually swapped the roar of engines for the fast-moving world of finance. It was a dramatic career shift, yet one that would shape his future. Over time, he built a reputation as a successful hedge fund manager, leading major investment ventures and establishing himself as a powerful figure in the business world. Coming from a wealthy family certainly opened doors, but maintaining that success required discipline, focus, and ambition. His father, David Matthews, was already a well-known businessman, and James also became connected to the historic Glen Affric estate in Scotland. Yet despite the fortune surrounding him, those close to the family often described James as remarkably down-to-earth. The thrill he once found behind the wheel of a racing car has been replaced by quieter pleasures. Skiing holidays, tennis matches, countryside walks, and precious moments spent with his wife and children. Perhaps this shared love for privacy is what strengthened his relationship with Pippa Middleton. The pair had known each other for years before romance blossomed. They reportedly began dating around 2012, became engaged 4 years later, and celebrated their wedding in 2017 in an event watched closely around the world. Together, they have built a family life deliberately shielded from constant public attention. Their eldest son, Arthur, was born in 2018, followed by daughter Grace in 2021, and their youngest daughter, Rose, in 2022. While curiosity about the children remains high because of their royal connections, Pippa and James have remained firm in their approach. Unlike many public figures, They rarely share family photographs or personal details. Their children are encouraged to enjoy simple experiences, playing outdoors, making friends, attending school, and growing up without feeling defined by headlines or royal expectations. Even though Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis are their cousins, Pippa has consistently chosen a quieter path for her own family. Away from palace walls and flashing cameras, another fascinating part of their story begins to unfold. Behind closed gates lies a property that reflects their values, lifestyle, and desire for normality. But what secrets might this countryside retreat reveal about the life Pippa has carefully created? Let's take a look. The Hidden Family Estate. Let's step inside the place that many people believe perfectly reflects Pippa Middleton's private lifestyle. Far away from the noise of city life and the constant attention that often follows those connected to royalty stands an extraordinary country estate known as Barton Court. This is not simply a large house. It is a breathtaking Georgian property with 32 rooms, nestled near the peaceful village of Kintbury in West Berkshire. In 2022, Pippa Middleton and her husband James Matthews reportedly purchased the estate for around $15 million, although some reports suggest the final figure may have been even higher. What makes Barton Court even more fascinating is its history. The property was once owned by renowned designer Sir Terence Conran, who carefully restored and enhanced its beauty over the years. Originally built in the 18th century, the estate carries the timeless elegance of a traditional British country home. Its striking red brick exterior, grand proportions, and classic architectural details create an atmosphere that feels both sophisticated and welcoming. Yet perhaps the home's greatest luxury is not found in its design, but in its privacy. Surrounded by rolling countryside, open fields, and mature woodland, Barton Court offers a level of seclusion that is increasingly rare. Hidden from curious eyes, it provides a safe haven where family life can unfold away from flashing cameras and public scrutiny. Inside, the estate is believed to balance grandeur with comfort. While the house undoubtedly reflects refinement, it also appears to have been shaped around family living. Pippa has long been known for enjoying social gatherings and celebrating important moments with those closest to her. Many believe that the spacious home regularly hosts intimate dinners, festive occasions, and cherished family traditions. After welcoming 3 children, Pippa and James seem to embrace a quieter pace of life. Rather than remaining in the heart of bustling London, they chose the tranquility of the countryside. Their days are thought to revolve around simple pleasures: outdoor adventures with the children, peaceful mornings in the garden, and evenings spent reconnecting as a family. But while Barton Court reveals the lifestyle Pippa has built, it also raises another intriguing question. Maintaining such an impressive estate, raising a family, and enjoying a life of comfort requires substantial resources. So just how wealthy is Pippa Middleton in 2026? Has her fortune grown far beyond what many imagine? And what are the true sources behind her remarkable financial success? Let's uncover every detail about Pippa's 2026 net worth may be far more surprising than you expect. Pippa and James' wealth. When people hear the name Pippa Middleton, many still think of the famous bridesmaid who captured global attention at the royal wedding. But over the years, another question has become just as fascinating. How wealthy are Pippa and her husband, James Matthews? The answer may surprise you. By 2026, the couple's combined fortune is believed to place them among some of Britain's wealthiest circles. Yet their story is not simply about inherited privilege. It is a mix of business success, strategic investments, family wealth, and careers built over decades. James Matthews, Pippa's husband, is often described as a financial powerhouse. Long before marrying into the Middleton family, he had already established himself in the demanding world of finance. He co-founded Eden Rock Capital Management, a hedge fund company based in London's prestigious Mayfair district. Through years of managing investments for high-profile clients, the firm grew significantly and earned a strong reputation in the financial sector. Interestingly, James did not begin his professional life behind a desk. In his younger years, he pursued racing and competed as a professional driver, before eventually shifting gears into finance. That career move proved incredibly rewarding. His family background also adds another layer to the story. James is the son of David Matthews, the businessman who purchased the world-famous Eden Rock Hotel in St. Bart's, a Caribbean destination often associated with celebrities and billionaires. The Matthews family also has ties to a Scottish estate, placing James within a lineage connected to both wealth and heritage. Because of these business interests, luxury properties, and investments, various reports have estimated James Matthews' personal fortune to be worth billions of dollars. However, Pippa has never relied solely on her husband's success. Over the years, she has quietly built her own financial independence. She worked extensively within the Middleton family's business, party pieces, and explored opportunities in event planning and public relations. In 2012, she released her first book, Celebrate, which focused on entertaining and hosting memorable gatherings. The publication reportedly earned her a substantial advance payment and strengthened her profile beyond royal connections. She later expanded into lifestyle writing, contributing to newspapers and magazines while pursuing additional business ventures through her own company. Her second book, Heartfelt, reflected another side of her interests, focusing on recipes and healthy living. Individually, Pippa's wealth has been estimated in the tens of millions, but together with James, their financial picture becomes extraordinary. Their portfolio reportedly includes an impressive countryside mansion, valuable London properties, Scottish land interests, hospitality connections in the Caribbean, and numerous investments. Yet what makes their story especially intriguing is how differently they choose to live. Despite having access to private travel, exclusive destinations, and almost every luxury imaginable, Pippa and James rarely put their wealth on display. Instead, they have focused on raising their 3 children away from constant public attention, preferring privacy over publicity. But behind those quiet country walks and carefully guarded family moments lies a world of extraordinary privilege. From breathtaking estates to lavish vacations and jaw-dropping collections, what does the luxury lifestyle of the family really look like? And could there be even more hidden behind those elegant palace-adjacent doors? Stay glued to your screen, because what we reveal next is a side of their lives that few people ever get to see. Luxury and private balance. Pippa Middleton and James Matthews live a life many can only dream of. From luxury travel to expensive cars and a countryside estate across open land, their world reflects comfort and wealth. Yet what makes their lifestyle more interesting is not just what they own, but how carefully they stay away from constant public attention. James Matthews has always had a strong link to speed and machines. Before entering high finance, he was a professional racing driver, and that passion never left him. Even at their wedding in 2017, he and Pippa made a bold statement by arriving at the reception in a classic Jaguar E-Type convertible. It was more than a ride. It reflected his past, taste, and love for timeless machines. Today, their lifestyle still shows hints of luxury and performance. Reports suggest they own high-end vehicles including Range Rovers, Porsche models, and a Mercedes G-Wagon. These are not only symbols of wealth, but also practical choices for raising 3 young children in the countryside. At times, James is seen enjoying fast cars, showing his racing spirit is still alive beneath his calm family life. But perhaps their greatest luxury is not on the road. It is in how they travel. They are believed to have access to a private jet valued in the millions, moving quietly between London, Scotland, and holiday destinations without busy airports or public attention. For them, travel is not about being seen, but about being together. One of their favorite destinations is Eden Rock in St. Bart's, a luxury resort linked to James's family. Known for private beaches, ocean views, and celebrity visitors, it is a peaceful escape for Pippa, James, and their children. Life slows down there, with family moments taking center stage away from public curiosity. They also spend much time at the Glenafric Estate in Scotland, a vast property surrounded by natural beauty. The children run freely, explore nature, and enjoy horse riding, fishing, and hiking. It is a different kind of luxury, measured not in wealth, but in space, silence, and freedom. Their travels continue with ski trips in Switzerland, quiet holidays in France, and private escapes. But one thing remains unchanged. They avoid turning these moments into public display, with no constant posts or overexposure, only carefully protected family memories. Even daily life at Barton Court feels like a retreat. On their large countryside estate, mornings often begin outdoors in fresh air. Their children, Arthur, Grace, and Rose, enjoy open space, swimming, tennis, and animals, growing up in a world both privileged and grounded. Pippa is known for healthy living, simple meals, and natural home styling. Fresh flowers, warm family settings, and calm spaces define their home life. Though linked to designer fashion, her daily style remains simple and practical. James, despite his London business life, is deeply involved in family routines. Evening walks, quiet talks, and time with the children help him balance responsibility and fatherhood. Still, behind this balanced life of wealth, privacy, and routine, deeper pressures remain unseen. How do they protect this carefully built world while living under constant curiosity? And what happens when private life and public expectation begin to collide in ways they cannot control? What hidden struggles come with maintaining this world? And can privacy truly survive forever under the weight of fame and fortune? Stay tuned. Pippa's private struggles. Behind the calm image of Pippa Middleton's life, there is a side of her story that is rarely seen by the public. From the outside, everything looks almost perfect. A large country mansion, a loving family, 3 young children, and a life supported by millions in wealth. But behind that peaceful picture, there is a constant pressure that never really goes away. The main reason is her connection to the British royal family. Being the younger sister of Catherine, Princess of Wales, means that Pippa can never fully live a private life, no matter how much she tries. Every step she takes often becomes linked back to the royal family. Something as simple as a school run, a family outing, or even a quiet walk can suddenly become a media story. The attention from photographers and online platforms has followed her for years. Even when she is trying to give her children a normal upbringing, there is always the fear of being watched. Pippa has made it clear in many reports that she wants her children, Arthur, Grace, and Rose, to grow up like ordinary kids. She wants them to enjoy freedom, friendship, and school life without constant attention. But in reality, that goal is difficult to protect when your family name carries so much public interest. This constant pressure is one of the reasons she and her husband, James Matthews, chose to build a quieter life in the countryside. When they purchased Barton Court, a wide 145-acre estate, it was meant to be a safe escape from the outside world. A place surrounded by nature, hidden from busy city life, and far from unwanted attention. For a while, it seemed like the perfect solution. However, even that dream of privacy came with challenges. An old public footpath known as Mill Lane ran through part of the land, and local residents had used it for many years. When the couple decided to close it off and install private gates for security reasons, it quickly became a serious dispute. Neighbors argued that the path was important for daily travel and access to the village church, while others felt excluded from land they had walked on for generations. The disagreement eventually reached legal discussions, and even now, the situation has not been fully resolved. At the same time, other pressures have followed them. One of their countryside business ventures faced financial losses and had to be sold, while renovation plans on certain properties were delayed. These setbacks showed that even a life filled with wealth and opportunity does not always move smoothly. Through all of this, Pippa has remained focused on protecting her family and maintaining a sense of normal life, even when public opinion and outside challenges continue to grow around her. And just when it seems like the attention might fade, something new always brings her name back into the spotlight again, raising a deeper question that many people are now asking: why Pippa's name keeps appearing in the news again and again. Let's explore. The cost of attention. From a distance, Pippa Middleton's life appears almost flawless. A grand country estate, financial comfort, 3 young children, and a marriage that seems picture-perfect all create the image of a peaceful and successful life. But behind this carefully polished surface lies a reality filled with pressure, conflict, and constant public attention that never truly fades. Since moving into Barton Court with her husband, James Matthews, the couple has faced ongoing struggles over privacy. One of the most talked about issues began shortly after they purchased the estate in 2022, when they decided to close off an old public footpath known as Mill Lane. Their goal was simple: to protect their home and family from strangers passing too close to their private space. They installed strong gates, added warning signs, and reinforced boundaries around the property. However, this decision quickly created tension with local residents. For many years, people had used the path as part of their daily routine. Some walked their dogs there. Others used it as a shortcut to nearby places like the village church. When access was blocked, villagers were forced to take longer and less safe roads, leading to frustration and anger within the community. The disagreement escalated further when the Ramblers Association stepped in and brought the case to court. Even years later, in 2026, the dispute remains unresolved through a public inquiry. Legal voices have suggested that long-established public paths cannot simply be removed for personal privacy reasons alone, which has made the situation even more complicated. As the case continued, public opinion became sharply divided. Some neighbors accused Pippa of using her family connections and influence to strengthen her position, suggesting she believes she is above local rules. Others strongly defended her, arguing that any parent would want to protect their children from strangers walking so close to their home. For Pippa and James, the issue is deeply personal, centered on safety and the need for a secure family environment. But this is not the only challenge that has followed them. In 2021, the couple invested in Buckleberry Farm Park, a countryside attraction that included a petting zoo, safari area, cafe, and farm shop. At first, it looked like a promising business venture tied to rural family entertainment. However, the reality turned out differently. Reports later suggested the project struggled financially, with significant losses accumulating over time. By 2026, news emerged that the property was being prepared for sale, fueling public criticism and raising questions about whether fame alone can guarantee business success. Even earlier moments from Pippa's life continue to resurface in the media. One incident from 2012 in Paris, often referred to as the toy gun moment, involved a playful situation in a car with friends and photographers outside. Although it was later confirmed to be harmless and staged as a joke, the images spread rapidly. They turned into a global talking point, adding to her early exposure to intense media scrutiny. Alongside these larger stories, smaller criticisms also follow her. Public conversations often focus on her fashion choices, her appearance, and even her book on party planning, which some have taken as light mockery, while others see as part of her personal brand. Her occasional appearances at royal events also continue to spark speculation, as every detail is analyzed and discussed far beyond what most private individuals would ever experience. So, what do you think about Pippa Middleton's private life, especially outside the royal spotlight? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe.